The Sistine Chapel is one of the most renowned artistic and architectural landmarks in the world. Located within Vatican City, an independent city-state entirely surrounded by Rome, Italy. The chapel was originally built between 1473 and 1481 during the papacy of Pope Sixtus IV, after whom it is named. It was designed by the architect Giovanni de' Dolci, and its construction was intended to serve as both a place of worship and the papal chapel for religious ceremonies. The chapel's original purpose was not only to serve as a sacred space, but also as a location for papal elections, with a conclave taking place there during the election of a new pope. Over time, the chapel became renowned for its artistic achievements, most notably the breathtaking frescoes that adorn its walls and ceiling. The ceiling of the Sistine Chapel is perhaps the most famous part of the entire structure, painted by Michelangelo between 1508 and 1512, commissioned by Pope Julius II. Michelangelo's work on the ceiling represents one of the greatest artistic feats in history. Initially reluctant to take on the project, Michelangelo ultimately transformed the ceiling into a monumental work of art, depicting scenes from the Book of Genesis, including the iconic creation of Adam, where God extends his hand to give life to Adam. The walls of the chapel also feature significant frescoes, including the Last Judgment, painted by Michelangelo on the altar wall between 1536 and 1541. This stunning fresco portrays the second coming of Christ and the final judgment of souls, with the saved ascending to heaven and the damned descending into hell. Michelangelo's work on the Sistine Chapel's ceiling and altar wall was not his only contribution. The chapel also houses important frescoes by other Renaissance masters, such as Sandro Botticelli, Pietro Perugino, and Domenico Ghirlandaio, whose works adorn the side walls, illustrating scenes from the lives of Christ and Moses. The Sistine Chapel's frescoes are considered masterpieces of Renaissance art, demonstrating the evolution of artistic technique and the blending of classical and Christian themes. The frescoes are celebrated for their vivid detail, their use of perspective, and the dramatic expression of religious themes. The chapel's influence extends far beyond the realm of art history. It stands as a symbol of the power and magnificence of the Catholic Church and of Renaissance culture. In addition to its artistic significance, the Sistine Chapel plays a vital role in the functioning of the Catholic Church. It is used for important religious ceremonies, including the Mass on special occasions. Its most famous role is as a venue for the papal conclave, where the College of Cardinals gathers to elect a new pope when the papacy becomes vacant. The Sistine Chapel's relatively small yet imposing design creates an intimate and spiritual atmosphere, heightening its significance as a place of both worship and governance within the Vatican. The chapel's condition has been carefully preserved over the centuries, with extensive restoration efforts taking place, most notably in the 1980s and 1990s, when the frescoes were cleaned and restored to reveal the vibrant colors and details that had been obscured by centuries of dirt, smoke, and overpainting. This restoration, which was met with both praise and controversy, revealed the original brilliance of the artist's works and solidified the Sistine Chapel's status as an invaluable cultural and religious treasure. Today, the Sistine Chapel attracts millions of visitors from all over the world, both for its historical significance and for the awe-inspiring beauty of its artwork. It is part of the Vatican Museums, which house an extensive collection of art and historical artifacts. As an artistic and spiritual center, the Sistine Chapel continues to inspire awe and reverence, representing the pinnacle of Renaissance art and a lasting testament to the religious and cultural heritage of the Catholic Church. The Sistine Chapel's continued significance transcends its role as a physical space within the Vatican. Over the centuries, it has become a global symbol of artistic excellence, religious devotion, and cultural heritage. The chapel's profound impact on the world is felt not only through its art, but also through its association with the Catholic faith and the history of the papacy. Its connection to the election of new popes means that the chapel has remained central to the life of the Church, maintaining its importance in both the spiritual and political spheres. The chapel's architecture, while relatively simple in design, has been considered a marvel of its time. With its brick walls and a barrel-vaulted ceiling, It is more austere compared to many other grand churches, but it is precisely the simplicity that allows the artwork to shine as the primary focus. The dimensions of the chapel are noteworthy, measuring 40.9 meters, 134 feet, long 14 meters, 46 feet, wide, and 20.7 meters, 68 feet, high, providing a space that is both grand and intimate. Its interior is defined by the vibrant colors and intricate details of the frescoes, which were intended to convey profound religious narratives to worshippers and visitors alike. The chapel's setting in Vatican City, the smallest independent state in the world, further elevates its importance. Vatican City is the spiritual and administrative center of the Catholic Church, and the Sistine Chapel stands as one of the most visited locations within this sacred city. Pilgrims, tourists, scholars, and art lovers from around the world flock to the chapel to witness its beauty and to pay homage to its significance in the context of Christian history. In modern times, the Sistine Chapel has been the subject of intense scholarly research and examination. Art historians, theologians, and conservationists have studied the frescoes in great detail, analyzing the symbolic meaning of the scenes depicted on the walls and ceiling. The iconography of the frescoes, which blends biblical stories with classical influences, has sparked extensive academic debate, offering insights into the intellectual and cultural climate of the Renaissance. The restoration efforts, which were carried out under the guidance of the Vatican Museums and a team of experts, involved a careful and meticulous process of cleaning, repairing, and preserving the frescoes. The restoration revealed previously hidden layers of paint, giving a fresh perspective on the vibrancy and intricacy of Michelangelo's work. Despite some controversy over the methods used during the restoration, the project ultimately ensured that the chapel's artwork would be preserved for future generations. The Sistine Chapel also holds a place in popular culture, often referenced in literature, film, music, and other forms of art. Its depiction in movies such as The Agony and The Ecstasy, 1965, which dramatizes Michelangelo's work on the ceiling, and in countless documentaries, has brought its history to a wider audience. The chapel's role in the election of popes, particularly the dramatic events surrounding the conclave, has also been a subject of intrigue, inspiring books and films about the inner workings of the Vatican. While the Sistine Chapel's primary role is as a sacred space, it has also become a powerful cultural icon, representing the intersection of art, religion, and politics. Its influence extends beyond the Catholic world, resonating with people of various faiths and backgrounds as a testament to the human capacity for creativity, spiritual expression, and devotion. The chapel's place in the heart of Vatican City continues to make it a focal point for visitors seeking a deeper connection to both religious history and the artistic achievements of one of the most transformative periods in European history. The Sistine Chapel's legacy is one that transcends time, reflecting not only the glory of the Renaissance, but also the enduring importance of art as a medium for expressing the divine and the human experience. Its artistic beauty and spiritual significance continue to inspire awe, and its place in the history of the Catholic Church remains as strong as ever. As one of the most visited and revered landmarks in the world, the Sistine Chapel endures as a symbol of the power of art to transform spaces, elevate minds, and touch souls across generations. The Sistine Chapel's cultural and artistic importance is underscored by its role in fostering a connection between the past and the present. Every year, millions of visitors from around the globe step into the chapel, many with a deep sense of reverence for its artistic grandeur and historical significance. The experience of standing beneath Michelangelo's ceiling is often described as awe-inspiring, evoking a sense of humility in the presence of one of humanity's greatest artistic achievements. The chapel's beauty, combined with its profound religious and historical context, allows it to serve as both a space for reflection and a dynamic encounter with the past. The chapel also serves as a reminder of the significant cultural and intellectual legacy of the Renaissance, during which artistic expression, scientific discovery, and philosophical thought flourished. It was during this period that the Catholic Church, particularly under the patronage of popes like Julius II, became one of the most influential patrons of the arts. The Sistine Chapel is a direct result of this patronage, standing as a testament to the ways in which art and religion intersected during a time of great transformation in Europe. Moreover, the Sistine Chapel remains a powerful symbol of the unity and continuity of the Catholic Church. The frescoes, many of which depict stories from the Old and New Testaments, communicate a narrative of creation, sin, redemption, and salvation, reinforcing the Church's central theological messages. The artwork encapsulates core Christian beliefs and its depiction of the human condition, from the grandeur of creation to the suffering of Christ, speaks to universal themes that resonate with people across time and cultural boundaries. The Sistine Chapel's ongoing role in the election of popes continues to add to its enduring relevance. The process of the papal conclave, which takes place in secrecy within the chapel, reinforces the importance of this sacred space, not only as an artistic and religious landmark, but as a place where key moments in the history of the Church are made. The image of the white smoke emerging from the chapel's chimney to announce the election of a new pope is an iconic moment that is watched by millions around the world, highlighting the chapel's role in one of the most significant processes of the Catholic faith. Despite its relatively small size, the Sistine Chapel has had a profound impact on the development of Western art and architecture. Artists who visited it over the centuries were deeply influenced by the works that adorn its walls and ceiling, and the frescoes have become a benchmark for artistic excellence. For many artists, the Sistine Chapel represents the pinnacle of what can be achieved through painting and fresco techniques, pushing the limits of both skill and imagination. As one of the most visited religious sites globally, the Sistine Chapel also serves as a space of contemplation and quiet reflection. While it is a popular tourist destination, its religious function remains at the forefront. The chapel continues to be a place where pilgrims come to pray, and it hosts important liturgical events, including masses celebrated by the Pope. These events connect the chapel to the living traditions of the Church, ensuring that the space retains its deep spiritual significance despite its fame as an artistic monument. In the future, the Sistine Chapel's preservation will remain a priority. The challenges of maintaining the chapel's artwork in a world that is constantly evolving, with changes in air quality, tourism numbers, and climate conditions, make it a critical focus for conservation efforts. Scientists, historians, and curators work tirelessly to ensure that the frescoes remain intact for generations to come, while also balancing the need for public access with the need to protect this invaluable heritage. The Sistine Chapel stands not only as a masterpiece of Renaissance art, but also as a spiritual touchstone for Catholics and art lovers worldwide. Its beauty, history, and continued role in the life of the Church ensure that it will remain one of the world's most revered and influential landmarks. As both a sacred and artistic space, the Sistine Chapel embodies the heights of human achievement in art, culture, and faith, leaving an indelible mark on all who encounter its splendor.